on the QNH 1014. Full mistake, Bravo Bravo. Correct, what's your requested routing? Let's go, I'm in direct. Departure when ready, cleared, rest, let's go. Let's go, Bravo Bravo. Let's go.
Xplane Dedicated, welcome to the home of Xplane Dedicated on YouTube. This is the YouTube channel where you can find hints, tips and reviews regarding Xplane. I have access to some of the foremost developers of Xplane content in the world. They are members of both the Facebook group and here on the YouTube channel. If you have a question, you can put it in the comments below on any of the videos. I will see them. Or even join the Facebook group. The link will be below. Don't forget to hit the like button and give us a thumbs up. We'll see you soon. Cheerio. Also, 1, 2, 3. Cheerio. There we go. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, and welcome to Xplane Dedicated here on YouTube. Now, I've got a weird echo. I'm not quite sure where it's coming from. It's coming through my headset. Let me know what it sounds like for you. David, you're one of the first here in FS Flight Productions. Let me know what it sounds like. If it's echoey, I will turn off the headset completely and just use the microphone. Okay, anyway, good afternoon. Here we are, we're on stand 7 at Cardiff Airport. The aircraft is in a turnaround state. We're in the Tullis A320. Oh, sorry, A319. What the heck am I on about? the echo does sound a little bit harsh for me, so let me know what it sounds like. Hello Brian, welcome to you. Hope everything's okay. TNK4, hello and good afternoon. I think we're going to need to change the livery on this aircraft because I forgot to do that. Let's just quickly go in here. I hope I've got the livery that I want to fly in today. There it is, certainly is. EasyJet, so we'll apply that. And yeah, we'll get going in a few minutes. Right, so as I say, we're on the ground at Cardiff Airport. The aircraft is in a turnaround state. I've inputted the flight plan, as you can see there. Let me just scroll out. So the flight plan is in, and we're good to go, really. Just got to start the engines and file the flight plan as well. So let's just we'll file the flight plan because I think we'll do this on VATSIM. I'm not sure whether there's anybody around from VATSIM. Wetty Lambie for what occurred like 5 weeks ago. I'm still sorry, Mr. G. Who's Mr. G? I don't know what occurred 5 weeks ago, so you know, let's forget it. Send me a private message if you want, and we'll see. Right, okay, so X-Squawk box, we need to connect. We're not Speedbird, we're EZ2302. So let me just get rid of that. EZ2302, and we are an EasyJet aircraft. Easy, alright, we're not an A321, we are a A319. So put that there. Let me know if you can hear me okay, if the audio is coming across alright. That's the main thing. I want to make sure that you can hear the audio perfectly okay this week. There are some problems with Streamlabs, and one of those issues apparently is that there's a bit of echo when using headsets, and the headset goes through the desktop audio or something like that. I'm not quite sure. There's a couple of things. Audio is perfect. Okay, good enough. We'll leave it at that then. Where am I? See, I'm forgetting myself already. Don't want that. Don't want another instance of Xplane running. So we'll just get rid of that one. Okay. Close the program. Okay. Windows. As usual. Right, there we go. So X-Squawk box. I need to send a flight plan. So we're going from Cardiff, and as you can see, it is raining. And the reason why I chose Chambray is because it's actually a really nice approach. It's a beautiful approach into Chambray. If you've never been there, I would suggest you have a look. Alright, I used PFPX today, and I don't like PFPX that much, but we're going to use PFPX for our flight plan. Here it is. We'll show you this very quickly. It's a weird route because of the direction it goes. It goes down through Brussels. Now you'd think it would go through France. It goes through Brussels and then northeast France down into Chambray, which is it's a rather unusual route. 670 odd nautical miles, which isn't so bad. I think I put flight level 360 in. I'll have to check what I put in. Yep, 360 it is. Okay, so we'll send that flight plan off. We are connected for sure, I know that. Let's just check one thing, see who's online. Eurocontrol. Well, in other words, there's no ATC, but that doesn't matter because ATC could come online at any time. Let's have a look who's here now. George Keats, good morning. Oh, good morning, as he says. So we're online. I just want to start this Xquart box message sound, because there are no sounds in Xquart box, but if you need to hear messages come through, there's a little app that you can get, or Xquart box message sound. Okay, before we go any further, we need to make sure that we've got the right weather on, so we'll just start FS Global Real Weather. At the moment it's raining at Cardiff Airport. I'd say that's fairly accurate. Looking out of my window here, it does look pretty grim. Yeah, it's not good weather, but we'll get FSGRW running, and we'll get a proper weather download, so to speak. Justin, good afternoon. Nice of you to join us. So we're going to do a dynamic weather download, and hopefully SkyMax Pro real world weather connector is on automatic. Yes. So we'll take a view outside and see what happens when FSGRW comes in. Oh yeah, that's pretty much what's happening at Cardiff at the moment. The weather is not good. Visibility is quite low. So just take my shoes off so I can get my feet on the rudder pedals. We need to think about pushing back, so let's have a look at better pushback. Okay, I think we'll go a little bit like that, and then a little bit like that, and then you can pull me forward as well. So we'll do the whole thing.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Okay. So just starting real world FSGRW again. Just making sure that the weather comes in correctly. Let's just have a look over the aircraft there. So it's a Saturday. It's very nice. We like Saturdays here. The trolls have started already. Thank you, David. Okay, so there we go. FSGRW, rain has stopped. That is a lot more like what I'm looking at my window at. Okay. So that means, as far as I'm concerned, we can get going. Okay. So, let's just check the light situation here. Put the beacon on. Just enable that. Whoops. Okay. External power's on. Start the APU. Just make sure the APU starts up, and then we'll call for our taxi, our pushback thing. Come on. There we go, the flaps open, and APU is running. We'll just wait for it to stabilize. Very good. Yep, there we go. That's all we've done. George, you can hear my voice twice. I think that might be something to do with you, because Dave was saying that the audio is perfect. So I would check everything with you. Alright? I'm going to take this off, I think. We'll unplug that. Okay, hopefully you can only hear me once now. I'm just going to do a bit of checking around here. There we go, hang on. One moment. Recording devices. Yeah, that's Blue Snowball, that's fine. So that should be okay. You should only hear me once. If you hear me twice, I do apologise, but there is a problem. Still bad audio. Okay, hang on. I know that for some reason, I wonder if it's my Logitech. Let's have a look here. Alright, now you should only hear me once, I think. As regards to desktop audio, I don't know whether you can hear that at all, but you should only hear me once. I can only see one input for me now on my, yeah, okay. But I do think what's happened here is that you've probably missed, you're going to miss the aircraft sounds. Alright, let's let me do something here whereby we've got some, because I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks as though you're going to lose out on desktop sounds, but then again you won't have that horrible echo. Now, there has to be a way around this. I know there has to be a way around it, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in due course. So I can hear now. I can only hear myself coming back, which is weird. Right, let's get rid of those. Okay, right, so APU's running. I need to call for pushback, don't I? That's what I need to do. Feet on the pedals, plugins, better pushback. I pre-planned it already. I thought I had. Okay, here comes the tow truck. So once again, so we'll just wait for the tow truck and then we can get on. Adjusting lever, yeah, the Zebo mod is really good, but the EADT737 is for freeware is excellent, but the Zebo 737 mod, wow, that just knocks it out of the park. I'm just waiting for the tow truck to connect, and I will get this puppy moving, as they say. Now at some point during this flight I'm going to have to disappear for a short period of time because I know that my dog will come in and he'll want to go out. So when that happens, I'll leave the flight running and give you some nice external view or something, and I will take the dog out very quickly. Good afternoon, R1 Aviation. Okay, I've been told to release parking brake. It will start. Okay, I can now start engines because we're pushing back. So I just got to
all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas are clear. In the event of an emergency, remember to leave all carrying items behind. If you're seated at an emergency exit, please review the responsibilities for emergency exit seating on the back of the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket. Are you willing and able to assist with the operation of the exit if necessary? Yes. If you're unable to perform these functions, please let us know and we'd be happy to find you another seat. As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air. For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with the posted placards and lighted information signs located throughout the cabin, in addition to any crew member instructions. Smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes, is not allowed on any Delta flights. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector. There are 6 exits on this plane, 4 doors, 2 on each side, and 2 window exits over the wings. The 4 doors have detachable slides that can be used for flotation. Life rafts are located in ceiling compartments at the front and center of the plane. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there's a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit. Please take a moment to find the exits closest to you, and remember, they might be behind you. It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull a mask towards you until the tube is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, slip the elastic strap over your head, and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally, and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others. A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are located under your seats in the main cabin. If you're seated in the first class or business class cabin, life vests are either in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust loosely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom of the vest, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. If necessary, we'll distribute additional life vests for children who weigh 35 pounds or less. Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright, your aisle armrests are lowered, your tray table is put away, and all carry items are properly stowed. As we come through the cabin for our final safety check, please let us know if you have any questions. And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
On behalf of everyone at Delta Airlines, we want to thank you for paying attention. Now, as we prepare for takeoff, please relax and enjoy your flight.
Okay. Well, as David said then, obviously I've got a troll. I'm just waiting for the tow truck to move out of the way. Jeff dedicated. Okay. Okay. I think we can move. Just a bit of thrust. And release parking brake. And away we go. Right, so it's runway 12 departures, so I'm going to taxi down to runway 12. Initial altitude on the Alvin 1 Bravo is 5,000 feet. And, oh look at that, there's an aircraft ahead of me on the taxiway. Are they moving? Yeah. Well, that aircraft ahead of me. Alright, let me take this off. Then I'll get rid of the echo. The aircraft ahead of me is obviously in FSX. And there's not an awful lot we can do about that. Whoever it is an FSX user, and that's why they're sunk into the ground. Like I said, there's not an awful lot we can do. Yes, this is the tallest A319. It's not the B913. Let's see. Oh, I see. Wait. Yeah, they do say when you've got trolls, you've made it, kind of thing. But when your moderators and admins have got a troll, then you've really made it, and it would appear that David has. Anyway, enough of that. Let's not feed them. Stefan, no, he's not using the same scenery as me. he is using FSX or P3D. Okay, now let's clear this up. The problem is that FSX is using old terrain data. That Xplane uses the most up-to-date terrain data there is. We used to have the same problem with Xplane 10, so that is why he's sunk into the ground. It's not an issue, you know. It's just something we've got to learn to live with. So we'll let them go. It's not a problem. Stefan Dole, he is, because that's me. Stefan, what sim are you in? Are you using FSX or P3D? Or Xplane. If you're using Xplane, then we've got a serious problem. Maybe you've got runway contours on. Okay, there we go. And they're doing a backtrack to runway 12. Xplane 11. Have you got runway follows contours on? No problem with my scenery, Stefan. Oh, you're using my scenery? Then I can only assume you've got runway follows contours on, because that should not happen. Anyway, nae bother, as they say, nae bother at all. So just checking around the aircraft, everything seems good. Initial altitude is 5,000 feet off the Alvin 1 Bravo, so I put that to 5,000. Oh, the ice cream van is outside. I don't know, you probably won't be able to hear that, but I can. Which is cool. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit. Oh, wow, it's the first time I've seen that. I've never seen an aircraft move that quick. Oh, there he is. Pulls himself out of the tarmac. And Justin fancies a 99. Why not, indeed? Okay, the aircraft's gone. I don't believe there's anybody coming down, so we'll get ourselves out onto the runway. I'm using XP Realistic with Passengers FX. So the XP Realistic gives me that kind of track IR thing there, which is pretty cool. Okay, what is my weather about Ultra Weather XP? My opinion is it's brilliant. I give it 9.5 out of 10. But by the same token, I give SkyMax Pro 9.5 out of 10. And I think it's for, you've got to kind of make your own mind up about, you know, what it is you like or what are you going to do. I've got to be honest and say, for me, both of them are fantastic, and I'm really stuck as to which one I want to use. So I think I'm going to use like SkyMax Pro for a month, and then Ultra Weather XP for a month. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. All right, here we go. So engines to 40%. which is pretty difficult to get to. Stabilized. Here we go. Flex 64, SRS is blue, runway is blue. Okay. So this is a Tolless A319. I find it incredible. We have got the Flight Factory A320, of course, which is totally amazing. Both of them are absolutely incredible. V1, rotate. There we go. There we go. I'm going to stick on AP1, gear up. And there we go. We are departing. Which is fabulous, as they say. Everything looks good. We put the thrust levers to it's always, there we go, it's always hard finding that sweet spot. I need some detents on my throttle lever here. So we're climbing, to flap speed, 5,000 feet. Let me just zoom this in a little and I'll pull this up here for you to have a look. And away we go. Wycliffe Christian School, hey? No. I think you're probably referring to my name and you think I'm something to do with the Christian organisation and the John Wycliffe School. I'm not. Have you got Real Weather Connector, R1 Aviation? Yeah, I've got Real World Weather Connector and that's what I'm using. But let me try and explain this. I'm going to take the headset off so I get rid of my echo because I can hear myself now. With SkyMax Pro, I'm going to clear this up. SkyMax Pro is a cloud set. Okay, it's not a weather engine, it is a cloud set. It is a set of cloud textures. They're 3D clouds and they do look rather special. Okay, that is what SkyMax Pro is. Real Weather Connector, RWC, that you can get with SkyMax Pro depicts those clouds, those textures within the simulator as in accordance with the real world weather. Okay, so that's all it does. Let me go to an external view. Hang on. Right, so here we go. Let me show you this external view as we climb out. So that's what Real Weather Connector does. It depicts those clouds in the sim better. Okay, what FSGRW does, Flight Sim Global Real Weather, that actually does the job of Real Weather Connector and a bit more. And what it does, it actually puts cloud layers in and wind layers in as well, and it picks up weather at weather stations along your route. SkyMax Pro doesn't do that, and Real Weather Connector doesn't do that. Real Weather Connector, I believe, just gets the weather in your location around you, whereas FSGRW gets the weather along your route. And as you can see from these screenshots here, as we fly out on the Alvin 1 Bravo departure, very nice indeed. Right, I hope that clears it up. I've done reviews on this on my channel quite a number of times. I did a review of NOAA as well, and I did a review maybe a year or so ago of lots of different weather programs. So I'm not quite sure. For me, I think FSGRW with real weather connector is probably the best combination for me personally. You know, that's a personal thing. I can't say any more than that. Okay, we need to climb to flight level 150 on this departure. So let's put that in. Give the aircraft authority. We can expedite that climb, I think. Oh no, we don't need to. We're climbing up to it. Okay. Okay, so we're just about climbing out. I'm going to have to expedite that because it's decided it's going to wait for the constraints, and I don't want it to do that. Alright. We've got somebody here who's, you know, says he wants to puke and all the rest of it. Well, we can do that with him. I think we'll time him out being a pain in the butt. Plus, I don't like his name. R1 Aviation. Yeah, I mean, Noah is free. So Noah is free. You know, you can have a look at that. As for the others, well, it's entirely up to you. Arslan, his preferred weather software is FSGRW. Yeah, that is a problem. You know, the weather clearing all of a sudden, that is an issue. I'm pretty sure that will get fixed as Xplane, you know, gets better and better in the near future. Okay. Let's have a sort out some of our lights. So that's got to be off. Oops. Off. Put those off. Put those off. Oops. And APU bleed off. There we go. Clean up the aircraft. I think that's about right now. So we're good. There's the Alvin. We don't need that. So standard QNH. And away we go. Yeah. So if we've got any reasonable questions, then put them in. I'm sure that either myself or I don't know. Why do these people do this? You know, I mean, why don't we just go and, I don't know, use their energy somewhere else, for goodness sake? I don't know. It just drives me potty. It's one of the reasons why I stopped streaming in the past. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, we will deal with them. I'm sure David will root them out. Anyway, as I say, if you've got any halfway decent questions, then we'll answer them, or I'll try and answer them, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Now, there was a time when I had a bot on here that would play music, and I wish I could see it again, but I can't. I'm gonna have to figure that out. What do I think Orbex's next XP11 product is? I'm not quite sure, actually. I I know there are a few in the offing. There's a few in the roadmap. And I don't want to speculate. We saw what happened this week with speculation, when people speculate about things and say things that aren't exactly true. No, I'm not willing to say. But I do know that they've got a few in, lined up, so to speak. So it would be really interesting to see these new aircraft, new airports, and new sceneries coming online. All I can say is I think it's really good for Xplane. I was very doubtful about Orbex. I was very doubtful indeed, like a lot of other people. But they've gotten their act together, and I think it's good. It's only good for Xplane. That's all I can say. 737 pilot, hello. How are you? Nice to see you. Chris 327, no, it's not a stretch resolution. I've got an ultra high def monitor. So this is what you get when you get people with larger monitors. Okay, it's really weird listening to you guys, all the backseat pilots and backseat streamers, as we say. Right, so having a look. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, not bad at all. Well, as far as I'm aware, Barton Aerodrome is on the cards. I believe it's being done by somebody. I'm not quite sure. No, my monitor isn't 4K. My monitor is it's a 29-inch. I can't remember the resolution. I think it's 2960 by something or other. But it's a 29-inch ultra-wide, ultra-high def monitor, but not 4K. The problem with 4K monitors is you get a 4K monitor and you actually lose out on FPS. Not FPS, on resolution. It's crazy. You're better off with a good quality monitor and just upscaling. That's the better way of doing it, I think. Why can I not get this to become a different size? Ooh. The future release of NK Design's EGKA. I haven't actually seen it. I'll be quite honest with you, David. I have not seen that. So I will have to check that out and then let you know. It's the only thing I can do. Okay, let's have a look at this. We're just going to have a look at NK Designs scenery. Oh, that looks nice. I'm going to have to look at this properly. EGK is a work in progress. Gosh, Shoreham. Oh, that looks lovely. Yeah, that looks very nice. Shoreham is a very popular airport, popular general aviation airport in the UK. There used to be a flight sim show there as well a couple of years ago. I don't know what's happened to that now. May well be. Okay, so we're climbing to cruise. Not very fast, I have to say, but we are climbing to cruise at flight level 340. It's a slow climb, and I've just increased that a little bit more now. So we're climbing now at around about almost 2,000 feet per minute. So we should get up there fairly quickly. And you will have noticed then that the weather changed rather quickly, and that's one of the things about the weather in all weather engines, I'm afraid. I have no idea, Stefan. I think the problem is with UKX is that they're having to bring themselves up to speed very, very quickly on a lot of new developments, and I know, I mean, there's only two of them. There's only two of them, and they've had to bring themselves up to speed with skills. So in terms of using SketchUp, using Blender, or photo texturing, and I know that they've had a few problems with that, and which is a shame, because I do think that once they get their act together, everything, you know, they'll make some really cool advances, and I know that, you know, they're working on two projects at the same time, and really, in my opinion, they should concentrate on one and get one out the door, and then kind of worry about other things. Okay, that's only my opinion, for what it's worth. You know, it might not be worth much, but there you go. So we'll just have to see. I mean, I would really like to see UKX, you know, produce something. Once again, I don't know why people do this, because all they do is make themselves look completely and utterly stupid and infantile. And what will happen is they'll just be gone. Now, I think it was last week I did a stream, and I seem to lose the connection after about an hour. Now, I'm not, as far as I know, that's nothing to do with YouTube, and we'll figure that out. I hope it doesn't happen again. I mean, it shouldn't, but if it does, then we'll sort that out. But that was a weird one. It just completely weird. Right, I'm just looking at participants here, and I think we may have a few bots knocking around. We will see. Lucky 67. I have tried Xenviro, and I did a review of that on the channel. If you have a look back, I think it was before Christmas. So there is. I have done a review on it. I liked it, but at the time, for me, you know, SkyMax just was light years ahead. I did a review. I thought it was a balanced review, but some people got upset and said that it wasn't. But I thought it was quite balanced. I highlighted the things that I did like about it, and the things that I didn't like about it. As for 108, I have no idea when that's coming, if it's coming. Some people, some of the beta testers are really impressed with it. but we'll just have to see what happens when it comes out into the real world, so to speak. Whether it matches some of the work in progress stuff. Okay, Stefan. Yeah, UK 2000 scenery. It's very, very hard to convert because of the way that Gary Summons from UK 2000 has created an awful lot of his airports. So I remember I tried to convert the Cardiff Extreme and it was a total mess. And at the time, the amount of work that I would needed to have done to have fixed it was just too much. There was too much work involved. So I kind of put that on the back shelf. Right, so just coming over Heathrow there, as you can see. There we go. So that's Heathrow just below us, which is so we're well on our way, and yeah, everything's going smoothly. There doesn't seem to be any problems with the aircraft. We're flying along quite nicely, thank you. Yeah, ex-Europe, absolutely brilliant stuff. If you've got it, it does look absolutely superb. It can be a bit heavy in certain areas, but more often than not, it's fine. UK 2000 Gatwick looks better than Pilot Plus. I think Pilot Plus are going to be doing some more work on Gatwick, but a lot of people think that TDG Gatwick Airport is better than most of the others that are out there. So once again, it's what you're happy with. Personally, I probably will not be getting any UK 2000 stuff for personal reasons. There's a story there, but I'm not going to tell you that story. Those of you who know me well know what that story is. But I don't think anybody on here knows that story, so I won't be buying stuff from UK 2000 at all. If I was going to buy one, I would. The one that I'm waiting for is Orbex's Cardiff, because apparently that does look rather special. Apparently that does look rather good. Okay, there you go, Heathrow. I knew I had a camera set up whereby we'd see Heathrow better. It was a question of finding out. I've got that many cameras. Which video? One Aviation. Sorry. Are you talking about my video where I my intro video? Quite possible. I don't know. A bit of a stutter there for some reason. It might be just the camera view. Sometimes the cameras can give you a false sense. Okay, so we can see there's been a weather update, and there's some low cirrus behind us, below us. Are there any decent London cities? Are there any decent London city airports? I have checked. Couldn't find. Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple of London city airports. I remember there was one in Xplane 10 that was really good, but I'm not quite sure. I was talking about some unfinished masterpiece that FS Flight Productions just sent me. at Wycliffe Barrett, though your intro is also very neat, I should say. I'm totally confused there, R1 Aviation. I'm not quite sure what you're saying. All right, gotcha. I understand. I'm reading back now. I'm pretty sure they will, Stefan. What they've done, what Orbex have done, they've hired a number of people, Xplane developers or Xplane scenery developers. They've hired a number of Xplane scenery developers who are converting their airports. Which is a very clever move on their part, very clever indeed, and rather than trying to get their own house team to do stuff, they've hired Xplane scenery developers who will convert those airports, which I think is a brilliant move, clever move indeed, because they knew that they were struggling. In fact, there's been a lot of people have been talking about, you know, why did they do Meigs Field first? Well, they did two reasons. They did Meigs Field, well, one reason. They did Meigs Field first because it was the very first airport they did. It was the very first scenery that Orbex did, and they went back to their roots, so to speak. So that was number one reason. Number two reason is that for a lot of people, Meigs Field they hold a lot of affection for it because it used to be an FSX P3D and flight simulators going way back. I remember my very first flight simulator, I think it was FS5, I can't quite remember, but it was the wireframe one, yeah. And Meigs Field was the default airport. In fact, it was the only airport that you could fly at in one of the flight simulators, one of the Microsoft flight sims, and it was the default airport. So you would open up Flight Simulator and you'd be at Meigs Field. So it holds a lot of affection for a lot of people. So that was the second reason they started with Meigs. Now, even with those two good reasons, people were still saying, "Oh, why did they use it?" When they first started looking at working in Xplane a couple of years ago, they started with Meigs Field, and they had over 80% of the files were just done. 80% of it was completed, and they thought once they realized that they could use Xplane developers to help them, they actually did further work on Meigs Field. So they actually did a further 20%. And so with Meigs Field, you don't just get the airport, you get the whole of the Chicago area, and it does look incredible. I mean, it is fantastic. They've done a brilliant job, and so that's why, you know, that was the first one released. The main reason being that we're going back to the historical roots, and why not? I suspect as they get more and more into releasing stuff, you'll find that they'll be releasing some of the really popular general aviation airfields like Stewart, and then they'll move on to some of the larger airports as well. You know, they're talking about doing scenery, you know, land class. So they've got a lot on in mind, and I think now that they understand that they can work with others, then that might work for them a lot better. That's only my opinion, though. Yeah, John Venimer, he said it sold very well. It's still selling well, so that's good. There we go. I was just catching up then on the chat, and you know, I think it's time for somebody to take a holiday, David. That's my view, anyway. I think the thing is, Stefan, is that see, a lot of people think that Xplane has only been around a little while. It hasn't. Xplane has been around for 20 years, maybe more now. And for a long time, it was a very niche flight simulator. You know, not many people used it. It was a bit quirky, and it was on Linux as well. And you know, people thought it was a bit weird. But you know, it's now it's a beautiful flight simulator. It's a beautiful piece of work. And even without the big people coming on board, yes, David, even without the people coming on board, the big people, I think, you know, there is plenty out there already in the Xplane world with Flight Factor, Jar Design, Coronado, and lots of others. You know, I mean. So the question is, do we really need the big boys? Personally, I don't think we do, but it's very nice that they're coming. I would like to see PMDG sort themselves out and, you know, release one of the legacy aircraft rather than, you know, like something that nobody's going to fly. I mean, I got the DC-6, and I've never flown it the way it's meant to be flown. I've just put it in the air and flown around, kind of thing. I've never spent time with that aircraft, and the reason being, it's not an aircraft that I like. I mean, I paid money for it. You know, PMDG don't give anything away, even to reviewers, and so I paid a lot of money for it. And I have to say, having done that, I'm somewhat disappointed with it, because as good as it is, it really doesn't capture my imagination. Okay, David, I'll see you soon. Take care. Good luck. Yeah, not a problem. Have a good afternoon, David, whatever you're doing. I'm going to go and make myself a cup of coffee in a minute, and maybe get myself a sandwich, because I'm feeling a little bit hungry. So yeah, and this is one of the big problems about streaming, is I find it rather boring. Let me say that again. I think it must be really boring for a viewer to just, you know, watch this. I can now this is, you know, a bit of a course correction. But I always think it must be boring for the viewer, and as for the streamer, you know, as a person who's doing the streaming, I know what I feel like. You know, my voice is going because I'm talking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the audio and turn off the mic and go and get myself a cup of coffee. So I shall be right back, they say. Yeah, I could do all those things. Play a game, and do all sorts of stuff. But yes, it's time for coffee. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I hope the echo's not there. It probably is there. But I didn't get a sandwich because I had no bread. What a fool. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry if I put the external sound up too loud, but anyway, we're back there. Desenza, bread, ENT house. Means nothing. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. Although there's no bread in the house. Right, well, we've still got quite a way to go, I think. Where are we? We're into Brussels, I believe. Let's have a look. So if we pull this up and move it over here, center on aircraft. Yeah, there we go. Just into Brussels, Holland, rather. So maybe a third of the way there, if that. We've got it's a weird route, this, you see. No, you'd think that this route would be the better one, down here. But the route I'm going takes us over this way. So, a bit of a strange route, but c'est la vie, it does the job. Okay, oh, you can't speak English. Yeah, I've been there. I've been a student, a very poor student in the past. I just noticed something. I have to take off check. This is why you should have it. I have to take off check. There we go. And it's saying that the landing light. There we go. That's it. I had that wrong. Seat belts, no smoking. The strobe light is off. Turn the wing lights off. There we go. I find the switches in Airbus is all, you know, kind of back to front. They don't do them in the right order. Okay, so it'd be interesting. What are you doing, you guys, on your Saturday afternoon? It'd be interesting to know. I'm just going to dig something out here. For those of you who know me, you'll know that I'm into racing drones. But I got this one the other day. This is brilliant. If I can get it out, look at that. Look at that one. This is about as big as my hand. A little tiny drone with a camera. Look, you see the camera in the front there? So we can fly this around the house. Great fun, absolutely brilliant fun. So I'm just going to charge up some batteries here. A fantastic little battery charger. Oops. A fantastic little battery charger on this strip. So just plug the batteries in like that, and then I'll use this. So I've got a power brick here. sorry if I'm making too much noise. You just plug that into there, like that. And watch this when I turn it on. Turn on my power brick. It lights up. It's charging. And then when the lights go out, the batteries are charged. Just so cool. So I'll leave that up there. Ideal if you're out in the field and you want to charge your batteries for your little mini quad, micro quad. Well, cool. Anyway, so I might have a fly around the house with that later. Smaley, you asked me a question. You asked me a question on YouTube, and I meant to answer it, and I thought I won't answer on YouTube because you might not see it. What the heck was it? Do I know Bellens? Yes, I do know Bellens. I know him personally. I've known him for a number of years now. Okay, at the moment I'm only using, it's amazing, I'm using the flight sim and I'm using Scale Labs OBS, and apparently I'm only using 12% of my CPU, which I find a bit hard to believe. And I think, it might have been about OBS, I'm not quite sure, Smelly. I'd have to look on the YouTube channel, and I can't even remember which video it was that you was on about, or which video it was on that you asked me the question. So I1 Aviation is watching my stream on his second screen while he's flying. Pretty cool. Nice wing view there. The weather's looking pretty good. Cloud. Yes, Roman, I am Xplane dedicated. Yeah. And I've just realised I may not have changed the title of this stream. Let's have a look. Someone's just placed a comment here. I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. Edit the video. Because we're not going to wherever it says there. We are flying EGFF to LFLB. Okay, so I've done that. Right, someone's placed a comment here. He wants
014, Bravo, Bravo. Yeah, Bravo, Bravo.
Right, I've just responded to somebody's question on the YouTube channel. Do you do Xplane dedicated? Yes, Roman, I do. That's my Facebook group. and this is my YouTube channel, which is also Xplane dedicated. If you look on here, there's over 300 videos now relating to Xplane, so well worth having a look. And the weather radar appears to be working for some reason. I need to check. It seems brighter on the other side there, doesn't it? I can't turn it up. Let's have a look down here. There's the weather radar. It's on automatically, apparently. Ooh. Someone's just subscribed, I believe. I heard a tring tring. Frank Vidal has subscribed, so that's nice. Thank you, Frank. So we'll put it on GCS, and we'll tilt it down a bit, and we'll put it on. We'll put it on WX&T, I think. We'll turn up the gain. There we go. It's weird, isn't it, that the co-pilot weather radar is really bright, mine is really dark. There we go. Turn up the gain on that, and then turn that one. No, not that. That. Turn that down a bit. There we go. So clearly we're flying over a bit of bad weather below us, but that's okay. It's below M. None of it's red, so that's even better. You need a video on how to get GB Pro working. It's easy. It's really easy, Frank. Let me show you. Now, I hope you can see this on screen, but if not, it doesn't matter because I will explain it. Custom scenery. There we go. Right, now we'll go to the scenery ini file down here, and this is where you need to place GB Pro. Okay, so you'll see all my UK airports are there. Yeah. So there's all my UK airports: Echo Golf Bravo Bravo, Manchester, Stansted, Gatwick, Cardiff. Then I've got EGFF, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, and then I've got ENTC, and then Echo Sierra Sierra Alpha. Alright. Oh, Christian School has subscribed. Hope they don't make too much of a mess of it. And then you'll see I've got GB Pro, and then my photo scenery for the UK. The EWXP Volume 1, 2, 3 and 4 is the photo scenery for the UK. Okay, so I've got the UK airports, then GB Pro, then my photo scenery. So basically GB Pro has to go above the photo scenery and below the UK airports. That's all you need to do. So if you've got photo scenery, and that doesn't matter whether it's auto photo scenery or the Flight 1 scenery that I've got from RC Simulations, GB Pro has to be in between the photo scenery and the UK airports. Okay? And then it'll work. I hope that explains that. Okay. Which aircraft are you on about? Corazon, when you say enhancement pack, which one are you on about? Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's do this. Well, I've just done a Google for what OSU is. I don't think I'll be playing that. I'm more likely to play Battlefield 1 or Star Wars Battlefront. So thank you for your suggestions, but I don't think so. Yeah, Frank, it's all about the scenery in a file. You know, once you get that in the correct order, then you'll be good to go. I know it's awfully confusing when you first start, but you'll get there. Okay, we're about 50 minutes into the flight. Let's have a look. There's quite a way to go yet. Arrival. ILF-18. We'll have a look at this, see what this looks like. Let's put that up there. Okay, that looks good enough for me. We'll go with that one. And there's my go around. If required. Alright, oh, back again. We'll go there. Right. Got a bit of a problem there with a bit of a stutter. I don't know, Frank. You should be able to. I really don't know. But if you can touch your screens, then I can't see why not. Yeah, you should be able to. I think they're really clever. The only problem, it's a shame you can't put them onto a different screen though. You know, it'd be brilliant if I could slide them over onto another monitor, but I'm not quite sure. Thank you, Roman. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, Roman. That'd be nice to see. Do I fly planes in the real world? No, but I do fly Cessnas and a PA-28. Yeah, I believe so. I could put it onto Twitch as well, but I've decided that I'm going to use the YouTube stream. Yeah. That's exactly right. Exactly what Justin says. It's just practice. Once you get the hang of that scenery, then you're good. As a Yomi, thank you. As a Yomi, don't forget, subscribe. The person who keeps subscribing or writing as Wycliffe Barrett is not me. It's some troll I've got who, you know, really needs to grow up, stop being a child. No, Roman, this is the Tolis A319. So this one, you've got the interactive simulation control system. It's very good. It is a very good plane. No, it's not me, it's my troll. If I write, this is what it'll look like. I'll have the crown because it's my server, but no, that guy's a troll. Some idiot that has been following me around and creates parody YouTube videos as well. And not only that, he hacked my video channel and he's using my banner and my profile picture on his YouTube channel. But then again, he's only got 3 videos and 8 subscribers. So yeah, you get a troll, you're famous. Oh, here we go. So we've got roughly 240 miles to go as a rough estimate. So I'll be doing my approach mode soon. So let's find out some information. So at Chambray 30 minutes ago, the wind was 11 knots from the south-southwest. Temperature is 14 degrees, which is quite nice. The humidity is 67%. QNH is 1007. And visibility is 10 kilometers or more, which is really nice, which is what we need. So the METAR is 210 degrees at 11 knots. The wind is variable between 180 and 260. It's Cabok. Temperature is 14, dew point is 8, and QNH is 1007 with no significant change of weather. So yeah, landing on runway 18, which is nice because that means I'll come in over the lake. Let's see, we'll have a look at the weather in greater detail. Visibility is 10 kilometers more. Broken clouds at a height of 8,000 feet. Wind is going to be 4 knots of variable. Yeah, scattered clouds at a height of 4,000 feet, towering cumulus and rain. Probability of rain is 30%. So that's really nice. Nice weather. And if you're wondering where I got the METAR from, I use this site. I'm just trying to get the link for you. And this is way accurate, more accurate than anything else. So just, you know, oh, can I put that in there? Yeah. There we go. I think that's in. Yeah. Went in twice. Yeah, what a clown. Well, Dale and Dylan, if you've ever heard of a firm of solicitors called Leo, Absey and Colin, they'll be in touch. There we go, that's a battery charge, one of those batteries charged. These are tiny, they look like sticks of chewing gum. But yeah, about 5 minutes flight out of that. We might have a little fly on the desk here, see if we can hover in front of you. Yeah, I do move. I haven't had a stroke. Oh my god. It's so funny. And then people say, be a streamer. I tell you what, why don't you go and pester Bellends? He loves them. He loves trolls. Unlock. Right. My very first flight simulator was, gosh, what was it? Do you know, I can't remember, but I used to do military flight sims before I entered civilian flight simulations. And the one that I used a lot was something called Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe. So it was set in World War II, and it was absolutely pathetic. It was terrible. The graphics were, by comparison today, were awful. But the gameplay was really good fun. Then there was another one called AV-8B Harrier Attack, and that was, not only was it a flight simulation, but it was a war simulation as well. So you could plan the war and send off troops and vehicles, and then you could fly as well. So you could plan a mission and send that off, and then you could fly above the mission, you know, and be air cover kind of thing. That was really quite good. And then I think FS95, no, not FS95, there was something in between, and I'm trying to remember what the simulator was called. It was pretty good, although rather limiting. And you could build scenery. It had a scenery editor in it as well, so you could build scenery, and that was quite good. I can't remember what it was called. And I had Jane's F-15 Eagle and all sorts. And then I found Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, and then I had FSX. I never had P3D. And in 2012, I changed over to Xplane 10. And it was the best thing I ever did in terms of flying. So why Xplane over P3D? Better flight dynamics, better graphics. The freeware market is incredible. The payware aircraft are very, very good. But overall, I think the main thing was the flight dynamics and the scenery. You actually feel as though you're flying an aircraft through air, and that was the main thing. Oh right, you still got the echo. Right, the only way we can do this is by turning that off and not using that. So you shouldn't have the echo now. I do apologise. It's something to do with Streamlabs, and they're aware of it. We've got to figure it out somehow. Got to figure out being able to put in another audio. Now, yeah. Ooh. Deactivate that. Activate. I don't think there might be a microphone in the thingy. In fact, I'm pretty sure there is. So we'll turn that off. So I've got my webcam control. I'm just trying to figure it out now. Follow my face, which has got to be weird. Alright, so we'll turn that off. I think that might have done it. I'm not quite sure. Well, let's have a listen. That might have done it. No, it's still there. Damn. So SBB is going. thankfully. Nunsweep21, tell me, can you still hear the echo? You shouldn't be able to hear the echo now. And I think I've turned off the microphone on the webcam. So I think there was a mic on the webcam as well, which was probably causing problems. Yeah, okay. Right, so there's no echo. There is no echo right now. So if I turn on the aircraft sound, hopefully there'll be no echo. And if I turn on my headset, which I've just done, right, I've turned on my headset. Oh, straight away I can hear. No, the reason why I'm hearing an echo is my sound is going in through this mic and then coming back to me. So that's why I hear it. The echo is back. Okay, so we turn off the headset. It's the headset that's causing it, without a doubt. So I've turned that off completely now. So you should be able to hear me perfectly okay and hear the aircraft in the background. I'll turn the aircraft sound up a little bit, and you shouldn't hear an echo. So why? I think it's because it's coming back when I speak in. It's coming back through the headset. That's why you're getting the echo. I don't know. It's a weird one anyway. That's all I can say. Okay, let's just check how far we've got to go now. Coming down, we're about 160 miles to go now, so that's not so bad. I could, if I wanted to, I could do my... Oh, you've still got it. Man alive. Right, you'll have no echo now. You should only have one sound input, and that would be me. I haven't got the monitor on. I haven't got my monitor speakers on. You've got listen to this device on. No, I don't think I've got that on either. Right, so there's no echo now. No echo. Brilliant. So it's something to do with the mixer and desktop audio mic, monitor and output, or do we just want monitor only? Monitor mic, monitor Monitor and output. Alright, try that. And the sound should come back. What do you reckon? Ooh, yeah, it is payware. It is payware. I can't remember how much. I did do a review on it, so you could check that. I think the mountains are coming into view. Yeah, they are. There's the moon. So the mountains are coming into view. I need to sort out my approach. 120 miles as the crow flies, so we've got a bit of time yet. Yes, the sound is back. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I thought in the mixer, in the mixing settings, I could have it on to monitor and output. Just monitor and output are off. So clearly it's got to be on monitor and output for you guys. And the only way that I can prevent the echo is by turning off the headset. Turn off the headset, which is a bit of a nuisance, really. It's a bit of a nuisance. Not much of one, just a bit. So, I hope, is the audio okay for the aircraft? Right. Oh, we need. It makes me laugh. It does. It really does. I shouldn't, you know. It's poor individuals. Okay. In it. Perf. Activate approach mode. So I need to get up my METAR. So here we go. Confirm approach. So the QNH at Chambray is 1007. 1007. So we'll put that in, the QNH. The temperature is 14 degrees. A little bit warmer than here. The wind is 210 degrees at 11 knots. 210/11. Okay. Transition, there's 6,000. And landing config 3. Decision height will be 450, I think. I'll get a chart out in a minute and we'll have a look. So we'll do config 3. So that's that. Next phase, don't really need to worry about. This is our go around, so flat retract will be 137, slaps retract at 169, and I will be clean at 195. Okay, hopefully won't need that. So back to the flight plan, and we start our descent quite soon actually. Our top of descent, hang on, will be there, just after Domil. So TD is in about 22 miles, 22 miles top of descent. It's quite nice, and we will go down to 257. We can actually put in, I'd like to get down to flight level 100. Oh, please contact me on 13132. 13132. Here we go. A bit of ATC. So let's close that. 13132. So I'm going to have to put the headset back on. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to change over here. Okay. Show who's online because one 3 1. Radar, good afternoon. This is Easy2302 with you, flight level 340. One 3132. 1 3 1. Geneva arrival, good afternoon. Easy2302, flight level 340, just approaching Domil.
Easy2302 Geneva, very good afternoon, stroke 6735.
Squawk 6735, Easy2302.
Thank you very much, identified. 100 descent flight level 130 and expect level 80 overhead Salev.
When ready, descend flight level 130 and expect flight level 80 at Salev. Easy2302. Okay, 130. Descending. There we go. Perfect. Right, so I hope you can still hear me, guys, and I'm sorry, but if the echo's on there, then the echo's on there. I do apologise. Okay, Smaley Games, thank you very much for the donation. I thought it was on, but it is on now. Right, let's get rid of that. Right, VATSIM can be intimidating if you've never been on before, but it's just a question of listening to what's being said and repeating it back. So he gave me descent. It may have sounded confusing, but all I wrote down was 1308 Salev, because that's what I was listening for. You know, my initial descent altitude and what I can expect, and he gave me that, so I just wrote those numbers down and then read back. So it can be intimidating, but you kind of get used to it and you develop a shorthand. This notebook is full of flights. Like, so for example, that was a flight from the other day. I don't know whether you can see that, all that writing on there. The trouble is, as I write stuff, I also doodle as well and write other things as well on there. It's, yeah, that's the way to do it. It's the way to do it. Like this page yesterday, I was flying, but I was writing about FS Light, FS Elite, and FS Labs and everything that happened with that. Anyway, you kind of get used to it. Always have pen and paper, and then you can just write stuff down. Right. Now I'm not sure how you're hearing me. Hope everything's okay. You will have an echo now, and I'm sorry about that. I can't do anything about it. Yeah, as Stefan says there, just put in your remarks that you're a new pilot, and they'll help you. So, just got to listen out for him now. I'm just going to make sure that my volumes are up right. So turn that up. I'm going to turn down the aircraft a bit. What I might also do is I might turn that off. Oh no. XP Realistic has some sounds in it as well that can make things sound a little bit loud. All right. I feel really sorry for these people. Anyway, we'll ignore them. We're descending into some cloud.
Approach on a 3D. Swiss 26 Romeo with you. Flight level 190. Oh man.
Always got to listen.
Swiss 26 Romeo, Geneva, bonjour. Follow the Ulmes 1 Romeo arrival for straight in ILS-23.
Non-sweep it. I'm using SkyMax Pro.
Romeo straight in ILS-23. Merci. This 26 Romeo request descent. This 26 Romeo descent flight level 110 initially.
No, Justin, VATSIM is free.
100.
VATSIM, nobody will nobody will ever ask you for money. I'm a VATSIM controller as well, so you know it's completely free. Even all the software that you use is free. And nobody will ever ask you for money. If they do, then they're acting illegally. It is easy to miss here, and you will do as a new user. You'll make mistakes, but nobody will shout at you. It's a learning environment. Roman Burton, do I like Turkish? Yeah. Merhaba. All over the world. Okay, Mitrovic. Goodbye.
Easy 2302, you are cleared. Salev 9 Papa arrival into Chambéry.
Clear Salev 9 approach into Chambéry. Easy 2302.
And 2302, just confirm the Salev 9 Papa arrival.
Sorry, Salev 9 Papa arrival.
Thank you.
Right. Well, I hope everything's going okay. He did tell me flight level 80 by Salev, but now my FMC is saying 221 by Salev. So I'm going to follow my FMC. Or, sorry, MCDU. We're in an Airbus.
The 2302, you should expect runway 18 in Chambéry. The winds are currently 210 degrees at 9 knots.
Expect runway 18 and copy the wind. Do I like the Bombardier or Cessna? I do like the Bombardier, but it's a bit of it's a different aircraft to fly. You know, it's different from anything else, which I find a little bit intimidating because I fly Boeing and Airbus, and I love them.
Just to see from your descent flight level 900.
90, switch to change around, yeah.
So I need to get rid of.
Easy 2302, descent flight level 80.
Descent flight level 80, easy 2302. I need to get rid of clear Kenzo. And then lube up, clear, lube up, and then clear. No. Governor, insert, clear that.
Sister Chief Romeo descent level 8, so 8026 Romeo.
Right, I'm going to have to make some adjustments because I'm not going to get SALEV, flight level 80 by SALEV. No, I'm not, so I'm going to have to do a bit of a plummet here.
Sister 6 Romeo descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1007, clear LS23.
10,000 QNH 1007, B, ILS23, now please, Sister 6 Romeo.
EC2302.
Is it 2302, go ahead?
Yeah, EC2302. I'm not going to make SALEV flight level 80, but I will be at Pino flight level 75.
EC2302, yep, I can definitely see that, so you'll have to do the full routing for the approach into Chambéry.
Roger, thank you very much, sir. Right, we just have to hopefully get down. I think I'll manage this. I could. Okay, 0 there.
Switch to 6 Romeo, we're established ILS23.
Thank you very much. The winds are calm, runway 23 clear to land.
23 clear to land, switch to 6 Romeo.
I haven't had any experience with aeros, but I do know the guys, so to speak.
EG2302 descend 6,500 feet, QNH 1007.
1007, 6,500 feet. Easy 2302. 65. And the QNH is 1007. There we go.
And Easy 2302 Marseille is offline, so you can monitor Unicom 122 decimal for the rest. Happy landing, see you.
Unicom 122.8, thank you very much for your ATC. Bye-bye-bye. Alright, here we go. So we're on to Unicom. So my own navigation. So 122.8 there, we leave that frequency. And good luck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I can get that, I'm going to, whoops, I'm going to do an orbit here while descending. And then come back en route after my orbit and I'll be down. Now I need to go down to 49 then. Where we at? And we've got plenty of high ground here, so we need to be a bit careful, get terrain on. Well, the aircraft does tilt like that, and because I'm using XP realistic, we're getting the full effect. That's why. So it may seem weird to you, but it's perfectly legitimate. Tom JH Page, good afternoon. So I'm coming back on plan now. We're EasyJet, and we're Easy2302, and the aircraft is the toeless A319. Right. So 4940. That'll do for me. I'll make you really sick. Okay, here we go. Do you play? No, we are his viewers. Oh God. You don't know who Chewie is? It's Chewbacca, isn't it? All right. Coming to Colo by ILS18. We need to be 4930, and then descending. So we've got that on. And we can put the QNH on now. QNH that side. 1007. And let's have a look out the window. Very nice. So we're coming down towards Chambray, and we will begin our descent momentarily. Now, the problem with Chambray is it's a very steep descent, and you've just got to trust your aircraft, everything. You know, all you've got to do, all you can do is just trust that everything is going to work. So we'll go flat 1, and we'll get spoilers armed. Oops. Oops. Landing lights on. Wing lights on. Get the nose. Seat belts on. Everything's good. We'll start the APU. Ready for landing. Approach mode. Autopilot 2's on. So we just hope that we start descending. Because the runway is at the end of that lake. And this is the scary moment. This is when it gets scary. What we're looking for is that bug there coming down. So this one. And when that starts coming down, we know that everything is good and it's not going down. So I am going to give it a helping hand. Actually, we above. Probably start descending as soon as we get there. That's my hope. It is coming down. It's coming down now. So we are descending. We're capturing the glide slope. Capturing the glide slope. We're coming down. We're on localizer. We'll go flap 2. And there we are. We are descending. Our runway is at the end there. There. There's a long way off. I'm going to go to flap 3. Gear down. Perfect. Brakes are on. So we're on the glide slope. I'm coming up to speed. Feet on the pedals. Get ready for landing. There we go. The go around though is straight out left and back over the runway and around to Colo. Okay. Thank you, non-sweep. This is why I like coming into this airport. There you go, that's €6 by the way. So, airport's dead ahead. Bit of wind there. 1,000 feet. Autopilot's disengage. Flight director off. My aircraft.
Approaching 18.
Just losing the glide slope a little bit. I've got 2 white, 2 red. 500 feet. Retard. And touchdown. Reverse thrust. Oops, daisy. Oh, that wind caught me a bit there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our destination. For your safety and comfort, we ask you to remain seated until the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please check around you for any belongings. Also, please use caution when opening the overhead lockers, as items may have shifted during the flight. Thank you for flying with us, and have a pleasant day.
Who's this coming in?
Disarm doors.
Is that somebody coming in, or somebody behind me? I think it was someone behind me who... Right, no then. Talking about the landing was good. And somebody said, oh, it broke my back. Well, no, not really. I've got XP Realistic on, which gives you different effects. And actually, that landing would have been a typical EasyJet land. Anyway, I don't need backseat pilots. So we'll taxi on down to our position, our gate, and then we'll button up everything. And we'll call it a day. So all I'm going to say is thank you for watching. Those of you who stuck around, and all the trolls, you can just go and bugger off and mess around with somebody else. For those of you who stayed and enjoyed the flight, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all again soon sometime. And there you go. Just put the brakes on. There's the brakes. Engines off. And thank you for flying. Turn the lights off. And turn everything down, ready for the next pilot. And they enter the flight deck. Turn the radios off. And there we go. All very nice. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the flight to Chambray, and I will see you another time. And I was going to say something there, but I won't bother. Alright, we'll see you soon. Bye.
Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo, is it? November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude? 2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo. Bravo Bravo, descending for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014. 4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo. Correct, what's your requested routing? Let's go and then direct. 521 ready, cleared, let's go. Let's go, Bravo Bravo.